Hello, Self Cosmos Internet, Soul Dr. Nick here. And it is Thursday, October 2nd, 2025, probably around 9:20 a.m. This is Magic Mirror Work, and I'm going to be going for my first EBOO session today, which for me is scary because needles and receiving them are not my favorite thing to do in the past. There's concern, what if it doesn't quite work out? And it's a practice and trust in stepping into, because there's a piece of wisdom said, all right, let's do this. And now I'm following through on that insight. What else is there? There's integration day. I'm going to be integrating my last session with my dear friends and seeing what's there, becoming the eye of the storm. Really honoring the energy, the vitality that's there, and then noticing how I'm able to step more into my work and how I sometimes forget my other roles, such as the role of husband as well and father, and how to navigate back from having spent 3 weeks in Asia, which were really beautiful, fun, family enriching, but challenging with all the non-native EMF. And I still have some vitiligo, and what to do with all that. What is my body trying to tell me? And what wants to be removed to receive. I really stepped in another layer of receiving and letting go of the stories, of the masks of who I think I'm supposed to be, rather than be who I want to be or who I am even. And so today I'll be speaking with Bob Frizzle. I'm really excited about that. Wouldn't have thought I'd have a chance to speak with an author of a book that was really fun. I'm reminding myself to do some resting this morning as well and some cleaning up. I am here with my beautiful kitty cat. I did some yoga and some stretching earlier as well, and recognizing how much honoring my own body in different ways as well, not just doing my regular urine, coffee, enemas, and sunshine. Rather, how do I incorporate something important, possibly new every day into things as well. A series of birthdays. It's funny, my dear friend Marika today, I just left her a message. My beautiful son and my grandfather would have turned 100 on September 30th, which is kind of crazy. It's crazy to imagine the generations before and what they went through to make space for who I am today. I'm a living legacy, and just imagining what's going to come next, especially with all the unlearning that's happening right now. It's a rapid period of unlearning and making possibility for what's there, which is a really strange idea, or was a strange idea to me. And now it's just the norm. Like, okay, what am I going to unlearn today? What am I going to step in today? What is the unknown today? And today I stepped even more into the understanding of Bitcoin being a great store of value, being digital gold, being something that is an asset class that people can put up to be able to have real value that we all agree on. And it's such an interesting concept that we can create something new, something that hadn't existed before. And I'm curious now, is this part of quote unquote alien technology, or another civilization giving us the gift of something that's immutable, something that came out of, was born out of distrust, to create something that we can all really trust together, because it's beyond the control of any one person or individual or government, who would have a built-in incentive to, make the most of it for themselves, rather than actually allowing the tool itself to function. And it's funny to hear about the old stories with gold being such a store of value for such a long period of time, but such a challenging thing to self-custody. Like, whole countries didn't know how to actually maintain their gold stores without being stolen, manipulated, anything else like that. And these days it will be the same thing with Bitcoin. If anything, in some ways it's even easier to move large amounts of it very quickly, and how to put in safeguards, how to put in ways that allow this to truly be transparent, and how to balance that time commitment of learning about it rather than just using it. Because I don't think that we want to have our best and our brightest fully focused on that, rather than being with the actual world And I think this is redefining what people in the financial technological industry can do, because we're building up a system that actually has a solid foundation rather than continuing to prop up a system that doesn't make any sense, whether the assets are backed just by mortgages and houses, which everyone has been building up, or commercial properties. All of those things are things that had value, but now we're trying to continue to prove that they have value in order to grow the asset rather than letting it grow or shrink naturally. And it's funny because all these regulations, all this red tape and building buildings or needing to go back to work, all these things are almost put in place to continue to prop up the old system. That's the whole point. I'm gonna cough. Practicing using this beautiful new microphone to mute myself quickly, to cough, and then come back to talking. I'm really thrilled with using new technology that actually works and minimizing technology that is just technology for the sake of technology. And it's been both fun and challenging to take a look. I'm writing down a list of things to buy. And I bought the first one. I probably won't buy the second one. I'll probably buy the third one. I couldn't find the fourth one. And it's just noticing what purchases want to be made that are really serving. And right now, it's serving the sense of being here, but also recognizing I won't be in this home too much longer. How are we going to spend parts of our year here? How do we maximize the things that we actually have here? How do we actually maximize our investments? And maximizing doesn't mean putting in as much as possible and as quickly as possible. It is meeting the threshold of where we feel comfortable at the same time. And I really appreciate that's what's going on, because my own beloved is really stepping into the Bitcoin as well and understanding it and seeing not the futility, but the cosmic joke of some of the systems that are there. The banks that don't actually let you access your own money, or puts everything on hold, or has you keep dancing around. All the people that are always like, oh, it's just the system. And how many people are numbingly, mindlessly going through the system, feeling completely lost, disenchanted, but still going through saying this is the only way. And there has to be another way. There always is another way. It doesn't mean the next way we find is the right way either. And I think that's been part of the trap. In medicine, we always joke, oh, I can't believe what they did 100 years ago. And there's the hubris of thinking, oh yes, of course we're going to change some things. But there's a little voice inside the back that's going, but most of what we're doing is right now. And I can see how most of what we're doing, it isn't right. It's the best that we know how to do right now. And instead of criticizing ourselves when we shift in the future, it's acknowledging, thank you for having that as a stepping stone. And thank you for letting go of it. It's like the ladies that used to take high doses of oral steroids for their asthma, felt much better in the short term with their asthma, but didn't realize long term the consequences of taking high doses of oral steroids on their bones, on their hormones, on so many different things. And now we're doing the same thing with all these different kinds of medications and creating surrogate markers. The whole point of studies now, it's not that they're biased, and they're always biased. And who's paying for them, who's wanting them, who's wanting what result. And everyone subtly at least starts to tip towards that result. And one of the things I'm really looking forward to, is finding the pieces of technology that we really want that will serve us, that we'll use. Some of it is the shift wave, I think, the red light therapy, the PEMF mat. And some of it is the quantum technology. I really would like to find some quantum technology that has the energy and integrity that I'm looking for, because as much as I want to learn how to do some of these things, I want to get the benefit of them sooner. And my dear friend Elizabeth keeps reminding me I have the capacity to do these things, and I keep wanting to have some tools that will do the things passively in the background. And I think sometimes it's finding the balance of the two without forgetting that one doesn't negate the other. They can amplify each other. And so I'm going to ask her about that, because that might be a better question to ask rather than continue to find products which I get excited about and then disenchanted about. And I'm glad that I'm asking her sooner. And there's probably that doesn't want to ask. So I'm like, I just want to get the thing. And so there's that piece. and how to leverage the people in my life that I really care about in the best way possible so that it serves me, serves them. Win-win scenarios, win-wins, truly win-win scenarios. And how do I, as I was coaching someone I loved yesterday, invite myself to step into the challenges that I have and say, thank God for these challenges. This is where I get to learn and play in today. Thank God I'm not learning through an open, war and diving against bombs, but even with that thought, there was an idea that there might be some eruptions coming up that I might want to be nearby for. Anyways, I'm getting the cough, I'm getting all the lung stuff, so I'm going to call it for now. Thank you so much. Ciao for now.